something.
I'm listening.
Remember that note we found in Rolf's office?
Of course. The one that said the recruits had been...
Yes. It was signed with a name I'm familiar with. Herman. Somebody I'd hoped never to cross paths with again. He was the one who founded the camp we closed. And believe me, he has done an incredible amount of damage to the Guard. I'm gonna find him and make him pay for what he's done. I know that he's in San Mateus.
This quest for revenge isn't only about what happened to Raynor and the others, is it? Very well. You can count on me. What do you plan to do?
Major Herman is posted in San Mateus. He's part of the Red Sun Regiment now. He's loyal to Torsten, but kept his head down when the coup was dismantled.
Isn't denouncing him enough? He'll be put to death for high treason.
The Guard's reputation has suffered enough from Torsten's scheming. And he has connections in high places. I'm sure he has many supporters.
What are you getting at? Are you going to kill him yourself? If he's well connected, the Mother Cardinal will surely hear about it, and I doubt she'd be pleased.
I know. That's the whole problem. We need to get rid of him without anyone finding out.
If Petrus were here, he would probably tell us to do the exact opposite.
That old fox is as sly as ever. But I don't see what you're getting at.
There's a group in San Mateus that could make someone disappear in broad daylight, without anyone saying anything about it.
Those mad Inquisitors.
Exactly. It might not be easy to convince our good friend Aloysius, but it's worth a try.
You're right. And if we bring Petrus, he will surely help us sway the Inquisitor. I must say, this is a horrid solution. But if anyone deserves it, it's that bastard Herman. We'll need to find him, though. And he's been keeping a low profile since the coup failed.
And we've already seen to what extent the law of silence has on the Guard.
We need help. Our new commander might be able to tell us who to turn to. She knows everybody.
All right then. Agreed. Let's start by going to see her. Hello, Commander.
Lord de Sade. And Kurt, I believe I should be thanking you for my nomination.
It is your upright and honorable nature that won you this post, not I. Perhaps sometime in the future you'll curse me for having suggested your name.
I hope not. How can I be of service to you?
We are here to talk to you about a document we found in the training camp.
A letter, signed by Major Herman. He's behind all of this, Sieglinde.
Herman. Kurt, this is personal now. When will this story be finished? I could court-martial him, but you know how much certain people support him.
I know. He'd probably get away with it. Everyone loves the heroic Major. No, we thought of another way. The Ordo Luminis.
You want to have them burned as heretics?
If he'd been caught as Torsten's accomplice, he would have been drawn and quartered. Do you think that's any less painful?
I don't know if you came to look for my help or my blessing. You have both. But promise me that you'll stop seeking vengeance after this.
You have my word. We just need your help to find Herman. He's been hiding since the failed coup.
And you need help in the San Mateus barracks. Talk to the corporal in charge of the prisons. I know him well. He's loyal. He's from the old school. If he can help you, he will.
It seems to me that the Ordo Luminous keeps its prisoners in the prisons of the Guard.
In fact, if you want to avoid drawing too much attention to yourself, you could bring Herman there directly. I'll write you a letter for the corporal. Here you go.
Thank you for doing this for me, Sieglinde.
You're welcome. And don't forget your promise, Kurt.
What do you want now?
We have come to discuss something that concerns you.
Really? I'm listening.
We would like to draw your attention to a man who has confessed to terrible crimes.
Has he professed heresy? Venerated one of the demonic creatures worshipped by the savages?
Not exactly. He's responsible for many deaths, and was one of Torsten's supporters.
Who, as you know, was planning to overthrow your governor and take her place.
These truly are crimes. But they have nothing to do with the Ordo Luminous. You should denounce this man to our governor. I'm sure she'll be happy to have him drawn and quartered.
Unfortunately, this man has friends in high places. I doubt that we'll be able to convince the Mother Cardinal.
Politics. The curse of our society. I approve of your quest for justice. I'll help you as much as I can. I can't have your man publicly arrested without raising too many questions. But if you arrange for him to come to one of our jails discreetly, I'll make sure justice is delivered. The felon will receive the punishment he deserves on behalf of the glorious Enlightened.
May he always keep you in his divine blessing, Aloysius. You will soon find this man in your jail.
Anything else?
Nothing. It's all right.
Remember that the Enlightened is always watching you.
Come closer. Don't hesitate.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Sir, Commander Sieglinde wrote this letter to you.
I wasn't expecting that. Even though I never really liked the Major, the Commander is asking me to do all I can to assist you in your mission. So what can I do for you?
We're looking for the Major. We know that he was posted here.
Yes, and officially he still is. but I haven't seen him for some time. Following the coup, he was probably expecting us to go after him. The only people he may have told about his hiding place are his lieutenants. Those two are his henchmen.
I see. Well, we'll just have to go and interrogate them.
If we bring him to you, can you make sure he ends up in an Ordo Luminous jail?
Do you want to condemn him to the stake? That's a bit extreme. Listen, I can lock him up, but you'll have to find a way to keep my men from seeing him.
Why is that?
All the guards in the city know the Major. If they see him brought here, they'll want to know why. And they will surely take it out on the Inquisition, which could end badly.
You're not wrong, Corporal. What do you suggest?
If you bring me some sleeping potions, I could put the whole lot of them to sleep. When they wake up, they'll be ashamed of having slept through their watch. But that's better than spilling blood. Exactly. Come see me when you have enough. Anything else?
We should go.
Goodbye. Yes? What can I do for you?
So you need sleeping potions, is that right?
Yes, to put my men to sleep. That would seem the best way of doing it.
Perfect. And then?
When you have your man, let me know, and I'll do the rest.
We should go.
Goodbye.
Now that everything is ready, we should go find these lieutenants. Soldiers! Everyone outside! That's an order!
But, Captain, with all due respect, you're not in our regiment.
We're supposed to stay here, Captain. We must guard the barracks.
I believe that the rank of Captain of the Guard counts regardless of regiment soldiers, especially when the said captain reports directly to Commander Sieglinder.
If it's an order from the commander, we better obey, guys.
Oh, sorry, Captain. We didn't mean to disobey you. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
You're far from your regiment, Captain. What do you want?
We're looking for Major Herman. I was told you'd know where to find him.
The Major? He must be on a mission somewhere.
Don't play dumb with me, Lieutenant. I'd be sorry to see you arrested as an accomplice.
Listen, Captain. We really don't know what you're talking about. As for your threats, you're not our superior. You're not part of our regiment.
Yet we're here with your new commander's blessing. The Major is accused of treason. You'd better tell us where to find him.
Lies. The Major is a righteous man. We'd give our lives for him.
Really? Let's see you do it.
Maybe enlighten protect me in the battle.
So, are you finally ready to tell us where we can find Herman?
We'll never tell you anything.
Stop! You might be ready to die for him, but I'm not. He's in a warehouse, on the port.
The traitor is probably getting ready to leave the island. What do you want to do with these two, Kurd?
Lieutenants, you're under arrest for now. Go to the commander. She'll decide what to do with you.
At your orders, Captain.
Let's find the Major before he escapes.
Here he is!
What the... Kurt? It's been so long. How did you find me?
Does that really matter, Major? You're finally gonna pay for all your evil, your treachery, and your schemes.
Come with us, Major Herman.
If you think I'm gonna give up without a fight, you're wrong. Soldiers! Seize them!
May the enlightened protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies! I am wounded! May the
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
No. What?
You shouldn't be surprised. After all, I owe my talents to you.
Let's lock him up. The Inquisitor will do the rest. Kurt, are you all right?
Yes. Better than ever. You cannot even imagine how much I hated that piece of filth.
What did he do to you?
As you may have guessed, I suffered the same treatment as Reyna. The only difference is that I survived, and there's even more. Believe me, I'm glad that these memories went up in flames along with that bastard. Thank you, Green Blood. Thank you for helping me as I go through all this. I'll never forget it.
Karans, do you...
I must leave you.
Like a glove. We'll make it. Oh. Want armour that fits you like a glove? We'll make it for you.
Quest! Get out! Who do you think you are to defoil our ritual? One of those mind shakers, no doubt.
Aiden, it is your duty to assure we are not interrupted.
1,000 pardons, Tien. It is indeed one of those mind shakers.
A mind shaker? Look at him more closely, Aiden. He is an Almanawi. Present yourself, and tell me why you interrupt our ceremony.
My name is Desardet. I have come looking for you to ask for your help.
I greet you, Donegad. We are so sorry to have interrupted your ritual. But my friend truly needs your advice.
Don't excuse yourself. Are you the daughter of Bladned? Are you not a Donegad as well?
It is true. But my powers of healing are far less powerful than your own.
Then, How can I help you?
My cousin suffers from a terrible sickness. The Malachor.
I do not know this sickness. But perhaps we call it by a different name.
It turns the blood black and provokes terrible suffering. And alas, it is fatal in all cases.
We've never seen the ailing touched by such a sickness. And I doubt I am able to heal your cousin.
We are looking for a remedy, but urgently need to relieve his pain. Could you slow the progression of the sickness? Keep him from suffering?
In that, I can help you. I know how to make one forget the pain, even the most severely wounded.
But Tiern, with all that is happening now, you cannot leave to visit this ill person.
It is true. My village needs me now. I cannot leave, and must attend them.
What is going on? Perhaps we can help you.
Truly? You?
Do they have a choice, Aiden? They do really seem to have need of me, don't they?
Well then, tell us what we need to do.
The situation has become unbearable. And it all started when these Moin Shakers began arriving. They wanted to convert everyone and take them to another place. Turn them away from us. And of course, the village folk would not be persuaded. But the Moin Shakers remained.
And it was also at that time the Tenlands started to attack. It is not their way to do as such.
There are many wounded, and recently many have gone missing. We must discover from where these monsters come.
I can try and talk sense into the missionaries, perhaps with the help of Bishop Petrus. As for the attacks of the creatures, I will see what I can do. But I need more information.
Our master hunter, or the families of the Taken, could most likely help you.
Very well. I'll take care of it. Make preparations to accompany us. The days are burning like very thin candles.
Do not worry. If you see to the concerns of my village, I will be most happy to accompany you.
Let's go and see this Master Hunter. He may be able to explain all there is to learn about these attacks. Good day. Are you the Master Hunter?
Beortir to Madren, I'd say. I am indeed one and the same person. What do you want of me?
The Denegad, Katasach, spoke to me about the animal attacks. Can you tell me more?
The Tenlands have been angered. They are very angry. The beasts have always lived here. But they only attack if we tread near their nest. Of late, they attack on sight. There have been many wounded, and some of our young have even disappeared. It may be that the Tenlands killed them, but it is also possible they followed the missionaries.
What can you tell me about the Tenlands?
They are normally very peaceful creatures, very calm, but who defend their young with fury. During the attacks, I noticed that they were not all the same. Not all from the same nest.
What do you mean?
That the other beasts don't come from here, but from other places. And that they are coming more and more often.
Were there many victims?
Many wounded. Thanks to the healing powers of the Donegad, they survived. But the attacks happen more and more often. And they come with greater fury. I try to chase them away. To destroy any nests that I found. But still, more of them come. And now our children disappear. The stress alone could kill our village.
Can you tell me who the children are?
A young fisherman and a gatherer. Sister of the woman and the brother of the man in the village.
I will go and see them. I believe I can help you in your fight against the Tenlans. How would you advise me to go about it?
You must destroy their nests. It's sad, but the only way to stop their numbers growing. There are most likely 3 around here. I can point you in the direction to one that I discovered. I would have taken care of it, but my village cannot spare my presence here. I must keep watch. I did not find the 2 others. Some in the village may know where to find them.
And how would I go about destroying the nests?
You must burn them and kill the dominant one, or else they will build again. We see them especially at dawn. After that, we no longer see them. But be careful, Renaxi. The night belongs to the Tenlands. That is when they are most awake. Going out at night is very dangerous.
I thank you for your advice. We shall go and destroy these nests come dawn. Isn't it odd that these creatures who are normally passive have become so aggressive?
Yes. Yes. This has never happened in my lifetime.
What do you know? Speak. Lives are at risk.
I do not speak of things I am not sure of. The Renaigse, like you, do not understand the bond we have with nature.
I must be going. Katasach advised us to speak with the families of those missing. Perhaps they might know where the Tenlans have built their nests. Good day. My name is Desardet, from the congregation. I've been told that someone dear to you has disappeared.
Yes, my little brother. He left to go fishing, like every day, and he did not return.
Your Donegad asked me to help you. Any information you can give me will be very useful.
This is true? I hope your words to be heartfelt. My insides are twisting in fear that my brother is lost.
Can you describe your brother for me?
He is young, rather tall and strong. The girls find him handsome. He is such a nice boy, but he is wild off the tether, and often his curiosity gets him in trouble.
Can you tell me more precisely when he disappeared, where, and under what circumstances?
It was 2 days past. I saw him leave to go fishing, as he was often to do.
And you cannot remember anything out of the ordinary?
No, he was full of joy, full of life. I am so worried about him.
Did your brother have any enemies?
No, I can't think of anyone who would plant strangleweeds in his garden. Perhaps a youthful rivalry. He didn't get along particularly well with the Master Hunter, but it was nothing serious. Perhaps the missionaries. He did get into a fight with them, but they surely wouldn't have taken him.
It's still a lead. Was he close to anyone?
He has been dreamy and more joyful than usual. Those are the signs of someone stricken with love. But he no longer wants to share secrets with me. He told me that he has grown beyond the shadow of his brother. And the birds in his branches are his.
What do you think most likely happened to him?
He could have come face to face with Tenlans. They've become angry of late. But he knew how to avoid them. He might have had a run-in with the Mindshakers as well. He got into a fight with them a while back. Because of a young girl in our village.
You think the missionaries might have sought vengeance?
I don't know. But he might have went to find them in their village. He bears no good feelings towards them.
I will go and see. Maybe they can tell me more. I must be leaving. Good day. I've been sent here by your Donegad. He asked me to help you.
I hope he is right, and that you are not like the Mind Shakers. My sister has gone missing.
It is for that very reason that I'm here. To attempt to find her or to understand what has happened.
Then I will tell you what I know.
Your sister, what does she look like?
She is a very beautiful young woman. Kind and sweet. I miss her so very much.
Is she very careful? Does she know she should be wary of the beasts?
Oh yes, she knows it very well. But she has been star-eyed of late. And the stars make you forget all caution.
How long has she been missing?
2 nights have gone by since. She told me that she was going to gather berries. It was early in the day, but she never returned. I called for her from the edge of the village, in vain, and the Tenlands were roaming.
Do you know where she usually goes picking?
Certainly, in the clearing. We find a great many berries there.
Is there anyone in the village that might want to harm her?
No. No, everyone loves her. Maybe a little too much.
Why do you say that?
She is beautiful and young. The Mind Shakers took notice. And the boys of the village did as well.
What do you think has likely happened?
She might have been attacked by the Tenlands. But it was early, and they come out mostly at night.
You think it might have been something else?
I hope. Even if it is a strange hope. Perhaps she was taken by the Mind Shakers. They were pestering her the other day. They behaved without respect. A boy intervened and chased them off.
But you think that they might have captured her when she was outside of the village? That merits inspection. I must leave now. Here is one of the 3 nests that I needed to destroy.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Ward off this fate! Not to mention, the dominant one only came out at dawn. I should come back later.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
It is dawn, the ideal moment. I must kill the dominant one before destroying the rest.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
Here is one of the 3 nests that I needed to destroy.
A bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if we can ward off this fight.
The ideal moment. I must kill the dominant one before destroying the nest.
Poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Take a potion if you want to cast more spells. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's poison on my blade. And let's go! Bit of poison on my blade.
The hunter told me that I would find a nest in this area. The ideal moment. I must kill the dominant one before destroying the nest.
Bit of poison on
my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
The third nest is destroyed. The Master Hunter will be relieved to hear it, I'm sure. Basket full of berries and a trap full of fish. All of it scattered and half-eaten by beasts. Our two lost souls were here together. They must have been attacked, or they wouldn't have left these behind. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find their trail. That cavern seems home to some creatures. Let's be wary. It could very well be the lair of that great tenland the hunter spoke of.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate!
3 corpses. One is older than the others. Judging by his clothing, he was a missionary. The 2 others are more recent. A man and a woman. Our missing couple, no doubt. They were dragged here and devoured alive. What a tragic fate. I cannot believe that these missionaries used such a ruse to achieve their goals. 2 youths died because of them.
Now you understand why some of us fight against the Renaigse. Their words are always sweet, but all they bring is death.
Let's return to the village. Their families need to be informed. Good day. I'm the legate of the Congregation of Merchants on this isle. Might I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Our allies from the continent are always welcome among us. What do you want to know?
I fought against a great number of Tenlans. One that was quite spectacular. A great white beast. Its mere presence seemed to aggravate the others, attract them and make them aggressive.
A beast sent by the demons, no doubt. But...
Stop taking me for a fool. We also found a journal detailing your vicious plan. I have only one piece of advice to give you. Leave, and quickly. Or the Mother Cardinal will learn every detail of your manipulations.
We shall be leaving as soon as possible. But let it be known that you are abandoning all of these poor souls to damnation.
Perhaps you should be more concerned about your own soul, sister. People have died by your fault.
Well, Onol Manawi, have you found my brother?
I found him, but... I'm truly sorry your brother is dead.
Andevush Dire. May the earth welcome him. I felt it. How did it come to pass? He knew every stone on our lands. It couldn't have been an accident.
He had a liaison with a young girl from the village. They would meet in a clearing. They must have forgotten the hour. Night took them by surprise and a Tenlan crossed their path. I found both of them, in the cavern of the beast.
How terrible. Why did he go to see the girl in secrecy? They could have... I must recover his body. To give it up to the earth, as is our custom. Where is it?
With the body of the girl he loved, in a cavern near the clearing. But it is a dangerous place. Other Tenlans might still be roaming there, though I did kill quite a few.
I have a duty owed to my little brother. Thank you, Onol Manawi. I will not forget this.
I must be leaving.
Do you have any news? Do you know where my sister is?
Yes. I'm truly very sorry.
Oh no. Nah. Ser Tonsidag, please do not tell me that she is dead.
I found her body in the lair of the great Tenlan, not far from the clearing.
But how could she have been surprised by the beasts? She knew the danger.
She went out to meet the young fisherman. The time must have flown by, into the night. I'm so sorry. We found them both dead.
I must bring her body back to carry out the rite.
You should not go alone. I killed as many as I could, but it would be better to be prudent.
I shall follow your counsel, Onol Manawi. 2 deaths are enough. Thank you. Thank you.
I must leave now. The nests are destroyed, and with the death of the White Tenlan, the attacks should cease. And we were even able to convince the missionaries to leave. Katasak should be willing to follow us now. Let's go and find him.
see from your face that you were victorious.
Indeed. I put the White Tenlin down, who was enraging his kind, and destroyed their nests. The attack should no longer trouble you. As for the missionaries, we were able to convince them to leave, although they were not willing to reveal their involvement in the attacks that caused you such harm.
And so they were in some way responsible. I had my suspicions, but I could not see their reasons.
They brought a particularly large beast here that attracted and enraged the others.
This is what provoked the attacks and brought on our despair. These people have blood on their hands.
In the end, we found the missing young ones. But alas, it was too late. Devoured by wild beasts.
Undivorced tear end. You did well on Almanawi. Now they shall be able to find the rest.
Will you agree to accompany me now? My cousin needs your help.
I have packed what is needed. I am ready to journey with you.
This pain, it'll be the death of me. I can't control my body. It's like being a stranger in a marionette set ablaze. Consumed by a smouldering fire. The moment's growing near, isn't it? Am I about to surrender my ghost to the Reaper of Souls? You pop in just when you're needed, cousin, as always. Who are you? Your hand is cold as ice.
Your cousin is burning.
That is such a relief.
Let me present Katisach, Constantine. He is the greatest healer on the island. He will help you.
Please, stay.
I am here for you, Rnaise, and I will not leave until I found a way to ease your pain and suffering. Fill your mind with the patience of the ocean. I know not how much time I will need. I've never seen such a sickness. The spirits of your lands must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Thank you. Thank you, cousin. I don't want to imagine my plight without your intervention.
Greetings, Katisach.
Bertirtumat, what can I do for you?
I'm looking to meet Enormil Frichterman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
And my word was not enough. It seems that I must be a Mal to be heard.
Do not be sad, daughter of Bloodned. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother. And you too will have a seal. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan. those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier, take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek to follow.
Thank you, Katasach. Why are you helping me?
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands. And you have already shown me your friendship.
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave as soon as you can. Godspeed.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever it takes. I must go.
What I will say.
Lord de Sade, what bountiful wind brings...
Enough pleasantries, Excellency. They are a dull canter after such treachery.
I beg your pardon? What are you talking about?
Have you forgotten that after sending me to save your savants that you then again sought my assistance? According to you, I needed only to convince the Tierna Hak Conductors to provide us with a remedy. But you used me like a pawn, seeking in truth to capture her.
I cannot understand why you are reacting in this way. I was certain that the witch doctor would refuse to help us. They have us marked down as enemies, after all. And I had good reason to believe that you would not resort to physical persuasion.
You are even ready to use brute force against your own allies.
Whatever do you mean?
After wounding the Tierna, your spy attempted to kill me, Excellency. And you dare to tell me that my anger is exaggerated. Can I remind you that to assassinate a legate is to declare war against his sovereign?
I promise you that I had no intention for any harm to befall you. That man went beyond his orders, I assure you. I implore you, please accept my sincerest and profound apology for the Bridge Alliance.
I can only give you the benefit of the doubt for now, Your Excellency. In the meantime, you need not keep a candle lit for the return of your spy. He paid for his audacity with his life.
He would have been made to answer for such infamy, I assure you. Once again, I apologize sincerely for this crime. It should never have happened. In any case, we need to get our hands on this woman. The remedy is perhaps...
There never was a remedy. It was a wild goose chase. Perhaps even some sort of machination.
No. That is terrible. This is a great setback. How could I have been so naive? What a shame. I am truly sorry that you risked your life in vain. Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
I've taken care of your problem with the caravans. The merchant should now be able to reach Hikmet.
Captain Rainhild has sent a message to that effect. You have done a great service for me. Though there is something that bothers me. I was told that you met these savages and then let them go. They showed no mercy at all with your own merchants.
The congregation is not in conflict with these natives, and has no wish to begin one.
Ah, your famous neutrality. Well then, you have solved the problem, and I would be discourteous to deny it.
My pleasure. I imagine the captain must have informed you of all that we learned.
Indeed, and I am extremely worried. An attack of any significant magnitude would be a catastrophe for our city. We have the means to repel these savages, but it will not be without great losses.
Perhaps there is another way. The natives have clearly expressed their wishes. The freedom of their brothers and sisters.
I see where this is headed, but I fear that they were not honest with you. A few natives are being held in the prison of the Coin Guard, but a handful of warriors does not seem to justify an assault of such commitment.
They were not speaking of just a few soldiers, but of kidnappings. The victims are only villagers.
This is inexplicable. We have taken no villagers. Of course, we answer their attacks in kind. And at times we have taken prisoners on the battlefield. But what use would we have for a few fishermen, hunters, and weavers?
Might it be possible that these kidnappings have taken place without your consent?
I doubt that. But of course, it is always possible that a few bandits might have stolen a shipment of arms. If that were the case, that would explain a great deal. Since you have been of such service to my people, and this grievous affair seems of great concern to you, would you be of a mind to lead the inquiry? Capture a few of these savages. Make it your mission to make them talk. We must understand what is going on before they attack.
Very well. I shall get to the bottom of this affair, Your Excellency.
Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
I have to go. Look forward to seeing...
Farewell, my lord.
Respectfully, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
Governor Burren asked me to investigate the abductions the rebels told us about. If we could find the origin and free their comrades, I'm sure they would stop their attack. I need to locate and speak with the other rebels. Do you know where they could be?
No. They don't attack often. I fear they're gathering their forces.
Captain, the patrol we sent to the west has not returned yet.
I may have spoken too quickly, Your Excellency. Although it might still be possible that our men are just delayed.
Perhaps you would allow me to search for them. Maybe they crossed paths with the rebels.
Corporal, do you know which way the patrol went?
Of course, Captain.
You will lead, His Excellency. In hope that our men are still alive.
At your command, Captain. Your Excellency. Find me at the entrance of the camp when you're ready to start. Are you ready to go, Your Excellency?
Yes, let's go.
Let's not waste any time. Let's not waste any time. Let's not waste any time. Let's hurry. Let's not waste any time.
Is that the patrol we're looking for?
Yes. That's them. More victims of these savages. But 2 of the soldiers are missing. Maybe they managed to escape. They'll surely need help. We should look for them.
I'm in trouble! Please help me!
This man needs to be cared for. But in his condition, we can't take him back to the outpost.
Allow me. There. That should be better.
Thank you, sir. Without your help, I would probably have died here.
Tell us what happened.
We came across a group of rebel savages. It was a massacre. A few seconds later, only Franz and I were left. We fled. I managed to drag myself here, but he was not so lucky. The savages caught up with him.
Was he captured? Did you see where they took him?
They headed north to Frazonegan, but in the state I was in, I didn't see much else.
Your Excellency, please. We should get him out of there. They're bound to torture and kill him.
We'll take care of it, Corporal. The rebels must have left traces when dragging the prisoner. But not you. You must help your wounded man to reach the outpost. Come on. There's our group of rebels. The soldier they captured looks dead.
Quest.
My name is Desade. I'm the legate of the congregation. I'm here because I want to talk to your chief.
I know who you are. The Renaigse on Ol Manawi. What do you want to say to Armal?
I want to talk to him about the abductions, and to understand what's going on.
You would be the first Renaigse to care. How do we know you're not just saying that to find out where our camp is?
I am not part of the Alliance. My only goal is to avoid deaths on both sides. Help me. I am your only chance to free your prisoners without bloodshed.
You seem to really believe what you say. I hope I'm not mistaken. Very well. Tell me when you are ready to follow me to our camp. Are you ready to follow me, Renaigse?
Let's go.
Come on. It's this way.
Let's stay on guard.
What are you afraid of? That the Donea Exregal have set a trap for us.
It's this way. Follow me. We are almost there. This way. This way. This is our main camp. This is where you will find Armal. I hope I am not wrong to lead you here, and that you are not a traitor.
So, here's the famous rebel camp. I hope their leader can tell us more about these abductions.
Who are you and what are you doing here, Renaigse?
My name is Desade. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. I came to talk to you about the abductions and your forthcoming attack.
And how did you find our camp?
I convinced one of your men to bring me.
Please, Mal. Explain to him what you know. He can help us free our brothers.
Well, I'll tell you what we know, then you'll understand why we have to fight lions. Many seasons ago, scenes.Long started to disappear. Lions attacked the villages and took them with them. We never saw them again. They were either crazy or so injured that even our best Doneigad couldn't do anything. So we countered some of their soldiers. And we learned that they were taking our people to a place they call a laboratory. It is there that they torture and kill them. They talked about experiments.
Experiments? So that was the reason for all these abductions. But what do they hope to discover?
They hope to find a cure for the Malachor. And I'm afraid they're willing to carry out any atrocity to find one.
We found the laboratory, but it is heavily guarded. So we are preparing for war. Do you understand now?
Yes. And if what you tell me is true, we must put an end to it.
Alert! The lions are attacking! Traitor! It was you who led them to us!
No, I swear. They asked me to investigate. It was never a question of attacking you.
Then prove it! Fight with us!
The Alliance betrayed me as much as you. I owe them nothing.
You have fought bravely. And your word is true, scenes.Long.
The Alliance is the ally of the Congregation. Taking your side was not a decision I made lightly. But Governor Burren used and betrayed us. And he will answer for it. Please, wait before you attack. I will do everything to dismantle this laboratory and release your people.
I trust you. So we will wait. But don't take too long. Qua awalem seg, scenes.Long.
Goodbye.
Lord de Sade, what...
Enough with the formalities, Excellency. You owe me an explanation. Did you order your troops to attack while I was negotiating under a white flag?
I assure you that I have no idea what you are talking about. I would never have placed your life in harm's way. The alliance with the congregation is crucial, and you know it. Your suspicions are unfounded. I'm sorry. It is now clear that decisions are being made without my consent. I'm going.
You mock me, Excellency. I can't believe this matter slipped your vigilance. Everything the Danea Exregao have told me has proven true. Your men attacked and carried off natives. I witnessed it. According to what I've been told, they are taken to a place where experiments are carried out, where they are tortured.
It is true that I knew of the existence of this laboratory. The place is dedicated to research on the Malachor. If a remedy is ever to be discovered, it will happen there. But I assure you that I was not aware that natives were being taken there.
Allow me to doubt your sincerity, Excellency. I intend to pay the place a visit and see for myself what happens there. Who directs the research?
Our most brilliant savant, the Dr. Asili. Certainly his legend precedes him. He is the master of your friend, the Professor Afra.
Dr. Asili is no longer my master, and I regret that he ever was. We should be off to Sade. If this laboratory were what I think it is, the best course of action would be to burn it to the ground.
Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
I have to go. Look forward to...
Farewell, my lord.
Welcome! Have you seen any... Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
One arm of the... Oh, it's a great...
Want armor that fits you like a glove?
Oh, it's
We'll
you,
make it for you.
Onomenawi! Come and...
Oh, it's a great pleasure. The best forge in Tier 3D! Blades, armor, locks, custom.
Come closer, good people.
The court in one.
Are your... Have you... Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Halt! No one enters! You speak to the legate of the merchant congregation, soldier. I have been sent by Governor Buren. I have to talk to Dr. Asili.
I don't take orders from the governor, nor the congregation. Be on your way.
You know I'm not afraid to fight, but I worry about the prisoners. Perhaps there's another way in.
Sorry, soldier, but I'm coming in, whether you like it or not. To arms!
A prison hidden from the sun to better torture my people.
There must be other guards. Be careful. How awful. They've been reduced to burning the bodies.
And devastated. So many of us must have died here.
Watch out! Grenade!
Locked.
You're not one of them. Please, get us out of here.
Naught. What are you doing locked up here?
These scientists captured and abused us. They performed experiments, made us drink potions, took our blood. I heard them say that they wanted to find out how we are immune to the Malachor. None of it makes any sense. Please, get us out of here.
I'll find a way to open this cage.
I want the one who did this to know fear and suffering.
Let's hold this good doctor to account.
Who are you? You have no right to be here.
I have come to free your prisoners, and put an end to all the horrors that take place here.
I knew this would happen eventually. This all went too far. Dr. Asili, he lost his mind a long time ago. But what are you going to do with us?
Arrest you. Then I expect you will be sentenced.
No, please! We only followed the doctor's orders. We tried to stop him, but he is the director of the lab.
You could have reported it to the governor or left this place.
He threatened to destroy our lives. We could not... Please, don't look us up.
What will you do once you're free?
We will try to redeem ourselves and resume our work at the governor's laboratory. That's where we worked before joining Dr. Asili's team.
If your conscience allows you to resume your activities as if nothing has happened, You may go.
I'm eternally grateful, Your Excellency.
These poor people lost their lives only a few hours ago. They could not survive this mutilation.
And they were steered. They were cut up like pieces of meat. May the volcano engulf those who did this.
This note carefully describes the sequence of the experiments. There are even sketches. It's hard not to feel sick. This is proof of all the horrors committed here. Vasily has locked himself in his I don't have the key. I don't have the key.
Afra? What a surprise to see you here. You finally came to your senses.
Master, it's not...
Who is this person?
I'm the legate of the merchant congregation, and I'm here to put an end to your crimes.
My crimes? What are you talking about? My work was for the good of humanity. Don't tell me you're crying over some savages. The survival of our species requires sacrifice.
Do you feel no remorse for what you've done to all these people?
Remorse is an unnecessary obscurity in the mind. A good scientist must detach himself from it as soon as possible. Even so, it was only savages for the most part.
This man is a cold-blooded reptile. My brothers and sisters were no more than ants to him.
You are a very beautiful specimen. When I think of the power flowing through your veins. Come on, Afra, my dear student. Will you let these narrow-minded inquisitors decide my fate? Are you not also devoted to science and truth?
Science and truth do not excuse your lack of humanity. I'm ashamed of having been taught by you, and that I didn't warn Burin that you'd gone mad. If I had, we could have prevented all of this.
You disappoint me so much, Afra. A second time. When I think what I wasted trying to teach you science.
We learned everything we wanted to know. This lab will close and you will answer for everything you have done.
You think so? Guards, capture these people!
Watch out! Grenade!
Stop! Think of my knowledge. All that I have accomplished. That can never disappear.
You will answer for your crimes in court.
But I'll be out soon. My colleagues will understand the importance of my work.
We shall see about that. I can't believe it. Constantine's malachor was caused by a silly. The potion we were made to drink when we landed on the island was contaminated. How dare he do such a thing? And why?
Thank you. Thank you. We owe you our lives.
Just a little more patience. I still have to release the other prisoners.
May the grass be forever soft under your feet. I thought I was losing my mind in this cage.
I must release the other prisoners. You will be out soon. Locked. Now that they are free, we must help the prisoners escape this place.
If they leave through the city, Hikmet guards will arrest them.
So we have to find another way to get them out. It's perfect. We just have to clear the way. Let's go. I found a way out of the city. But be careful. You are weakened, and creatures roam these tunnels. I will lead the way. There you are. You're free.
You have saved our lives. How can we thank you?
We will never forget what you have done for us on Al-Manawi.
Yes, we will always be grateful.
We're not very far from the Hikmet outpost. You'll have to be careful.
I know how to reach the port without being seen.
Perfect. As for you, you should take refuge in Vikshadir. You will be safe there, but you should avoid the Alliance patrols.
We'll get there. Qua awalem segven.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sardet, and to what do I owe this honor?
I've been to Asili's laboratory and what I discovered was abominable. Hundreds of poor souls tortured, victims of horrifying experiments. There were so many dead that a pit had been dug to burn the bodies.
How horrifying. I cannot believe it.
The natives were not the only victims of these crimes. There are also a number of Nauts.
Nauts? Pardon me for doubting you, but do you have proof of what you say? And have you brought Dr. Asili to me so he may answer these accusations?
Yes, we captured him.
Really? Very well. I will ensure that he is judged as quickly as possible. What was done with the prisoners that were being held in the laboratory?
They were freed. The Denea Exregau are satisfied and should call off their attack.
What a relief. Finally, some good news. How can I repay you?
By allowing me to take part in the trial proceedings. What I saw merits justice, and I fear that the accused will find a great many defenders amongst his fellow savants.
It is a rather novel request, but granted. I shall inform the prosecutor. Let us remember that the madness of a man should not cast a shadow upon the greater sum of his work. His research is perhaps our only chance of discovering a remedy. Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.
Come closer. Come closer. All my wares are in the... You're a... Thanks for your visit.
Hello. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
De Sardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. Governor Buran told me to pay you a visit.
Oh. It is you who arrested Dr. Asili and must help me prepare the trial.
Exactly.
Excellent. We will have lots to do if we want the doctor to pay for his crimes. The accused has a lot of support. Any evidence and testimonies you can gather will be useful.
We'll have no problem gathering witnesses. His laboratory cells were full of them.
We will call them to the witness. But be aware that if the victims are natives, their words will unfortunately not carry much weight here.
There were also some Nauts. Perhaps I could convince some of the doctor's colleagues to talk.
Their testimony will be crucial. The word of other scholars is likely to be the only thing that condemns him. That plus any material evidence you can gather.
I picked up a strange powder in the laboratory. A substance that I've not been able to identify.
You should show it to an alchemist. We need to know what it is to be able to use it.
These documents describe Dr. Asili's work, as well as the horrible experiments he was performing.
Perfect. I will read them in detail. We will no doubt find something to support my prosecution.
I have found a letter proving that Dr. Asili voluntarily transmitted the Malachor to my cousin, Constantin d'Orsay. I would like to add that I too was a victim of this poisoning.
Did the accused try to take the life of the governor of New Serene? This is an extremely serious crime.
Indeed. He saw my cousin and me as the ideal control group to prove his theories. And no humanitarian or diplomatic consideration could put a stop to his ambition.
This letter alone is crucial proof. I will put it on our file.
Do we have any chance of winning?
Yes, I am rather confident. You have provided overwhelming evidence. But if we had witnesses, we would have an even bigger chance of winning.
I will return to you soon. The Nauts should be at the port, and the islanders had to take refuge in Vikshadir. As for the scientists, they said they would go back to the governor's laboratory. I should give this powder to someone who can tell me what it is. Is everything all right?
Once again, thanks to you. These people wanted to kill me.
They certainly wanted to prevent you from testifying at the doctor's trial.
The doctor will be judged. I suppose you'd like me to testify about how we suffered.
Indeed. If you do not fear another attempt on your life by these men.
Don't worry. I won't put up with intimidation. From now on, my people will watch over me until I can testify. And I intend to witness the execution of our torturer. You can count on me.
Thank you. Your word will be crucial during the trial.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
I would like you to tell me about Asili.
I was expecting you to come and see me about this. What would you like to know?
Were you aware of Dr. Asili's experiments?
In part, yes. That's why I chose not to be his student any longer.
Why not say anything?
Because I never thought he would go so far. Over time, he became more and more cruel. I found his approach brutal. As if by meeting the natives it deprived him of all humanity. He spoke of them as test subjects, never as people. But there was a time when he was the greatest doctor and scientist in the Alliance. And I clung on to that memory.
You do know that you were captured thanks to him?
Yes, but I thought the natives wanted to trade us merely as prisoners of war. I was blind. And stupid. I regret it terribly.
Were you aware of Dr. Asili's experiments?
In part, yes. That's why I chose not to be his student any longer.
Why not say anything?
Because I never thought he would go so far. Over time, he became more and more cruel. I found his approach brutal. As if by meeting the natives it deprived him of all humanity. He spoke of them as test subjects, never as people. But there was a time when he was the greatest doctor and scientist in the Alliance. And I clung on to that memory.
You do know that you were captured thanks to him?
Yes, but I thought the natives wanted to trade us merely as prisoners of war. I was blind. And stupid. I regret it terribly.
Do you think, as your master does, that science justifies all sacrifices?
No. I may have believed that at one time, without of course ever imagining that we'd resort to such cruel treatment. But Dunkus, you and Siora have opened my eyes to the limits of science. To worship it as we do in the Alliance does not make us better than Thélème.
In your opinion, were the horrors practiced in this laboratory necessary for his research?
No. even if he was convinced of it. General interest outweighs the suffering of a few individuals. He wanted results quickly, to the point of neglecting slower, more humane methods. I hope we'll succeed in ensuring these experiments never happen again.
Would you be willing to testify against Dr. Asili during his trial?
Of course. I was going to talk to you about that. I want to convince my colleagues that we must give up these kind of methods. And even if it costs me dearly, I want my master to pay for what he did. Anything else?
I must leave you. Hello. I see that you're back to work.
Indeed. We were not bothered thanks to you. And here I can make myself useful. But I don't think you're here to ask about me. What can I do for you?
What do the other scholars think of Dr. Asili now that his actions have been revealed for all to see?
Most still admire him greatly. He was the greatest amongst us, you know? They didn't witness what was happening in the lab, and they have little interest in the natives. For them, the main problem is political, given that the war against the rebels cost us dearly. Until they understand the horrors that happened there, they will not have any moral issues.
I discovered this strange powder in one of the laboratory's chests. Do you know what it is?
I did see the doctor using it once or twice, but I don't know what it is. But I can study it for you if you want. I have the tools that will allow me to do so here.
So? What is it?
It is a quintessence of black blood. Probably created using the blood of numerous patients. The doctor managed to harness the very concept of the Malachor in this powder. A single pinch ingested by someone would be enough for them to be afflicted by the disease. With the quantities that you brought me, hundreds of people could be contaminated. It's terrifying. I cannot believe Asili would do such a thing. Here, these are my notes. I wrote down all the details of my experiments, as well as my conclusions.
Thank you. I will relay them to the prosecutor. What is your purpose here?
I helped Dr. Unur to understand the research of my former master. He's the one who became his successor.
I do hope that he doesn't use the same methods.
Of course not.
What about your other colleagues? What's become of them?
They felt guilty. They stopped their experiments and returned to Al-Sad.
Are you prepared to testify against Dr. Asili?
Yes. I kept silent for far too long about what was going on in that lab. I know what we did was wrong, and I do not want it to happen again.
Thank you. Your story could change the outcome of this trial. I must leave you. What she saw working alongside Asili obviously upset her. She will make an excellent witness.
Dr. Unur, what do you want?
What is your role and what is your research topic?
I'm in charge of the governor's laboratories. My main research concerns the Malachor, of course. Above all, we searched for a way to reduce the suffering of the sick.
Searched?
Now that we have access to my colleague Asili's work, it gives us hope of finding a cure.
So the crimes he committed while conducting his work do not concern you?
He will be judged for that. But it would be a shame for him to have done all this for nothing.
What is your role and what is your research topic?
I'm in charge of the governor's laboratories. My main research concerns the Malachor, of course. Above all, we searched for a way to reduce the suffering of the sick.
Searched?
Now that we have access to my colleague Asili's work, it gives us hope of finding a cure.
So the crimes he committed while conducting his work do not concern you?
He will be judged for that. But it would be a shame for him to have done all this for nothing.
What do you think of Dr. Asili now that you've learned how he conducted his research?
Well, obviously the few excesses he has conceded himself are unfortunate, but he remains the greatest scientist that the Alliance has ever known. His work has had a profound effect on science. It seems quite unfair to me to reduce his life's work just to what he has done lately.
If I understand correctly, you will be one of his defenders.
Naturally. I don't deny that he made a terrible mistake, but he meant well. And he was probably acting on behalf of our helplessness to combat the Malachor.
Would you agree to speak at the trial? Your influence could be crucial.
Oh, but I already intended to give a statement. His lawyer came to find me.
So are you ready to defend a man who used to torture and murder to advance his research?
Indeed, because I think the entire work of a scientist should not be judged on a single mistake. It's obvious that he should not have used such methods, but Asili has never been very political. I doubt he understood the implications of his actions.
So you're saying the only problem in this case is political?
Essentially, yes. The war he nearly caused could have been expensive for our governor and the city, but let's not fool ourselves. No tears will be shed over the fate of a few of those bloodthirsty savages.
I took a look at a few pages of your research. I was very impressed.
Really? You're very kind. But these are the leads we had to abandon.
Due to pressure from Dr. Asili, if I've understood correctly.
Indeed. According to him, focusing on the reasons behind the contamination was a waste of time. All that mattered was the cure.
And you want to defend him? How many promising leads did you give up to please him? Why continue to serve him when you could finally gain your independence?
You are not wrong. Very well, you've convinced me. I will now testify for the prosecution. It is true that it's time to turn the page and leave his cruel methods behind.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Anur is an influential scholar. His testimony would convince the judges.
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of...
Greeting.
I was honored by your visit. Please come back whenever you want.
Hey! You are the Onol Menawi who freed us. We managed to reach Vikshadir.
They told me what you did for them, Renaikse. Well done. I was able to give them the care they needed. Some wounds will take time to heal, but they are safe thanks to you.
I'm happy to see that they're better.
But you didn't come here for that, did you?
No. I came to ask for your help. The doctor who captured and tortured you is about to be tried for his crimes. He has a lot of support among his people. He's a respected man despite what he did. If we don't have testimony from some of his victims, he will surely be released.
You'll have our words. We'll go to the Grand City and tell our story.
And the Mad Lion will die for causing so much harm to our people.
May the earth engulf him. You can return to Hikmet. I'll make sure they get there in good health.
Thank you, Tiernahach. And thank you all. I blame myself for forcing these poor people back to the city where they have suffered so much.
My people are strong and proud. They will not be afraid to speak in front of your judges for justice.
I believe our investigation is coming to an end. Let's find the prosecutor.
You have returned, Your Excellency. Do you have any news on our matter?
Will the trial begin soon?
It seems to be the right time. Excellent investigation work. I think we have every chance of winning.
Where will the trial be held?
At the palace. I regret to inform you that you will not be able to attend. However, I'm sure the governor will keep you informed of the outcome of the proceedings.
Madame, congratulations. The trial was exemplary. Asili's madness was exposed to the entire world. And you have demonstrated the horror of his methods.
Thank you, Excellency. But all praise should be showered upon Sir de Sardet. The evidence he supplied was irrefutable.
It was necessary that you hear the victims, in order to understand the extremities to which your science has taken you.
Come now. One cannot conclude that science was guilty here.
Not science, but the savants were. It is never right to set aside humanity in the name of the common good. No knowledge justifies killing or torture.
Your words are wise, and I promise to remember them.
You have not always shown yourself a man of impeccable judgment, Excellency.
We are all, from time to time, victim of our own blind enthusiasm, that is true. But this trial has shaken my usual resolve. It may very well change the course of history.
Afra, are you certain that you want to attend this?
I do not want to attend. I must.
Dr. Asili, you have been found guilty of all accusations brought against you. In consequence, the Bridge Alliance Tribunal condemns you to death. Do you have any final words?
You treat me like a monster. But how many times have you stayed your own hands? So close to the goal to finally find a remedy, you would have done as I. What do a few lives mean when the future of all humanity hangs in the balance? You are nothing more than idiots, incompetents, and you, Baron, are the greatest hypocrite of all. You know that I am right.
Executioner, earn your pay.
You know that I am right.
Best forge in Tier... Oh. The best forge in Tier for a day. Oh, it's you on Ormanawi. Come and
It's blocked.